Welcome to the 2013 KVIE Art Auction, celebrating 32 years of visual arts in our region. More than 250 pieces will be auctioned off to the highest bidder, and you can be a part of the action by watching and bidding on your favorite pieces. View the entire collection online at kvie.org/art auction. Then, when your favorite item appears, call 1-800-270-6601 to place your bid. You can also interact live with the auction team on Twitter using hashtag KVIEArts. Remember to bid high and bid often. And now, let the auction begin. Sold.
It's easy to bid on items featured in the art auction. Here's how. Explore the collection online at kvie.org/art auction. Make note of the date and time your favorite artwork comes up for bid, or stay tuned. When a piece of art catches your eye, quickly call 1-800-270-6601 and a volunteer will assist you. Most items will be sold in less than 7 minutes. Bid high and bid often so you don't miss any of your favorite items.
Stay tuned for the Blue Line Gallery coming up next on the KVIE Art Auction. Located in Roseville, California, this nonprofit arts community showcases the works of regional and national artists in a flexible exhibition space for over 45 years. Explore the entire collection online at kvie.org/art auction. Bid high and bid often.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the final day of the KVIE Art Auction. For the rest of today, you will be able to bid on and buy original art. I'm going to run down the list of what we're going to be offering. This portion of KVIE's Art Auction is presented by the Warren G. Bender Company. We want to thank the Warren G. Bender Company for supporting public television and art in the Central Valley. We really do appreciate your support. We're going to quickly review all the art that will be featured in the next half an hour. So, the first one is 31A. It is called Of the People, by Joe Strickland, and the retail value of that is $800. 31B is called Being and Time by Jiang Liu, and that is a retail of $400. The third one is 31C. It is called Blue Crystal Moss, and that is by Thomas Caswell, and that is a $210 retail value. The third one, 31D, is called 24T, and it is by Charlene Curley Pfluger, and that has a retail value of $600. 31E is called Ceramic Fish, and it is by Tony Natsoulis. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing anyone's last name incorrectly. The retail on that is $600. And finally, 31F, we have Sailing Moon by Jeffrey Beckerleg, which is fun to say, and that has a retail value of $600. And now our art expert for the next hour is Julie Hirota from the Blue Line Gallery. Julie, tell us more about the gallery and piece 31A.
Thanks a lot, Steve. It's a delight to be here again. Blue Line Arts is located in Roseville, in the downtown Roseville corridor. We're a nonprofit art organization of which I'm the CEO. It's been in the community for about 48 years, and the gallery has been located in downtown Roseville for the last 5 years. It's just a delight to have these artists here, pieces here today, and showcase some of the great work that comes out of the Blue Line Arts.
Absolutely. Great. Well, where were you before Roseville?
Where were we before Roseville? Myself or the gallery?
The gallery.
Oh, it's been always in Roseville.
Oh, it's always been in Roseville.
It's always been in Roseville. It was formerly called Roseville Arts.
Gotcha.
Now it's
okay.
Blue Line Arts. Yes.
All right, well, why don't you tell us more about this piece?
Yeah, this is a fabulous piece. Joe Strickland, he's been an artist with Blue Line for many, many years, and he does this wonderful work. It's very proprietary. His technique is very proprietary, and basically what he does is it's an acrylic painting that's been immersed into wood, and he does a high gloss epoxy technique that provides a really nice glossy surface to it. And what I like so much about this piece is there's gold that just runs throughout the whole piece. It's a timeless piece because it's the flag, and you know, it's inspired and tribute to honor American history, and I think it can go anywhere. I mean, he's a very prolific artist. Joe has amazing work with this new glossy finish that he puts on there. It showcases anywhere. This can go in an office, in your living room, in a child's room, anywhere it would fit nicely in your home.
And it doesn't need a frame. It wraps around. It's ready to hang as is.
Absolutely, yes.
Slice of Americana, Independence Day year-round.
That's right. This piece in person is very vibrant and very illuminates very well. The colors just come through. Can you see how vibrant this is?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
The blues, and there's so much different depth of color in here, as well as in the reds and in the whites.
Exactly. We have this has a retail of $450. We do have a high bid of $325. Let's go ahead and get that up to $400 immediately. This is a great piece. It can go anywhere in your house. Just a really nice piece. The number is 1-800-270-6601. Let's have those phones ringing. The phone banks are silent right now. I don't like that. No one does. You're supporting local art. You're supporting KVIE 6. Let's get the phones ringing. Oh, I'm sorry. The bid is $200 right now.
One thing I do want to say about Joe's work is that he's been in recent exhibitions at the Crocker Art Museum. He recently just finished a show at Sacramento Shimo Center for the Arts, and he's been in many, many galleries. He's a very prolific artist. His work is stunning, very highly collectible, and you know, I'd hate to see anyone live without a Joe Strickland piece. He's got remarkable work, and I'd love to own a Joe Strickland piece myself.
Absolutely. Once again, the number is 1-800-270-6601. And this is of the people, by the people. We currently have a high bid of $250. It has a retail of $800. Once again, a high bid of $250. It is a retail of $800. Let's get on the phone, make a phone call. It's the last day of the auction. Get motivated. It's 1-800-270-6601. Celebrate America and art. Supports KVIE, support local artists. Once again, these artists donate this absolutely free of charge. So they're making a big sacrifice. Get this wonderful piece in your house, on your wall. Don't waste time. Like I said, it's the last day of the auction. Give us a call, 1-800-270-6601. Julie, why don't you tell us a little more about your gallery?
Oh, well, we have about 8 shows that showcase throughout the year in our largest portion of our gallery. They're high-end quality professional shows, and in our another gallery, there's 3 gallery spaces actually there. One of the other galleries showcases a community work. There's several members participate. We'll have over 30 artists usually participating. And then also we have a youth gallery where we showcase the youth work.
Very nice.
And it gives budding artists a chance to show how they can, how they can showcase their work and celebrate all the fun work that they're doing in the arts.
Fantastic. Give us a website. Do you have a website we can go to?
Yes, it's www.bluelinearts.org.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. One thing I wanted to mention about Joe, I've been to his studio a couple of times, and it's a fabulous studio. He lives in Granite Bay, California, and he has all of his paints out for viewing, and all of the work that he's currently working on is out. And what I've seen there is each piece is in various stages of where he is in the process. The process, although Joe wouldn't share a ton of it about me because it is proprietary, as I mentioned, he did show in which he works, where he layers down the paint, several layers of paint, and that paint is then absorbed either into the canvas or, in this case, into the wood. And then following that, after several days of the process, several weeks sometimes, he then puts this high gloss finish on it. It's just a remarkable finish, and as I mentioned, it can go anywhere in a home or an office. And what a proud piece to own something like this. I mean, it really speaks to who we are as Americans, and then why not have it from someone who's such a well-known artist in the community.
Absolutely. And we are going to go to the phone banks right now. What's going on over there?
Look at you, caught me peeking at the back. This is by Betty Thompson. We're going to close this out. We've got a couple people bidding on it right now. It's number 30F, Hope Springs Eternal. We're currently at $340. We're going to $450. The camera people are laughing at me. We're going to go to $450. I've got $340 on this piece. I need to bring it up to $450. I know I've got a few people online on the phone lines right now bidding on it. You need to call 1-800-270-6601 and get your bid in now, because I'm going to close this out in about 2 minutes. It's a beautiful encaustic. It's got this kind of haunting kind of peacefulness to it. I love this piece. And if you don't call right now, like they're doing, it's not going to be in your home. So let's go back out to Stephen and Julie and see the next exciting piece.
Okay, this one is 31B, and it is called Being and Time by an artist named Lang Lu, and it has a retail value of $400. Julie, can you tell us a little more about this one?
Well, I can tell you a lot about this one. See, Lang Lu is a very strong artist, and he is also a very prolific artist. And in his spare time, he does photography, all for Blue Line Arts Gallery. And we have a lot of fun with him having a multitude experience in the arts. This piece is a very, very special piece. It's very subtle in colors, and what I like so much of it is that from the top, you take and look at the different orange and peach colors and salmon colors that are in there mixed with the reds, and your eye just constantly moves throughout the whole piece, bringing you down here into some of the other warm colors where it then transitions into the blues. It has so much depth of color in it, and as I was mentioning in some of the previous examples in previous paintings, that California artists tend to use warm colors, and Lang does that here, and that's what makes it so special, is that he infuses that California artist feeling into his work and just does a remarkable job. It's a very large piece. This piece can go anywhere. It would look fabulous in an office. It'd look fabulous in your living room, and it really can go anywhere. It's such a subtle piece, but yet strong in color. Quite remarkable. Lang does very, very good work, and he also makes his own frames, which is very interesting. You know, he considers that part of his signature as well as having the frames made by him.
Right, right. And how large is this piece? This is
It's quite large. It's 48 inches by 36 inches.
This is a big one.
Yes, and Lang does a lot of work that's inspired by his own personal journey. So he's able to put that story along with the piece. And so each one of his pieces, if you talk to Lang in person, he would tell you where he was in his personal journey in creating that piece. And this is no exception. It's of, what is it, of Being and Time, and it's about what he's going through, his personal journey and his life, and it kind of creates a snapshot of that moment in time.
Right, right. It's absolutely beautiful. The phone number, 1-800-270-6601. It is much too quiet in here. We need those phones ringing. We need to support KVIE and the local arts. Get on the phone, make this happen. Get this piece in your house. This is beautiful. You don't want to let this one go. It's the last day of the auction. Motivate. Get on the phone and call us. Get this piece in your home. 1-800-270-6601. Like I said, it's the last day of the auction. Bidding is going to be busy. Keep it rolling. Get our phones ringing. It's dead silence over there. Kermit is bored. We are now going to go to the phone banks.
Of the people, by the people. That's what this piece is, and what a patriotic view. You know what? This would make a great piece, not only for your home, but also for your office, perhaps. We talked yesterday, we talked all weekend. One of the things we firmly believe in is art everywhere, in every aspect of your home and your life, which means that if you've got an office that needs sprucing up, what a great piece right here. Of the People, by the People has a current high bid of $350. We're looking for you to call in right now and place a bid of $400 and make this an auction. We've had people who've called in and said, oh, you know, I wanted that piece that was on 10 minutes ago. Unfortunately, the piece closed and they weren't able to get in. Don't wait. As soon as you see a piece that you want, that's when you need to call the 800 number and tell the volunteer which piece you want to bid on. And right now, I want you to call and place a bid on 31A, Of the People, by the People, and make this part of your collection today. Thanks for calling and being a participant in the art auction. And now let's head back over to Stephen.
Okay, folks, Being in Time. We have a high bid of $145. Retails for $400. Let's get this rolling. Get the phones ringing. 1-800-270-6601. It's your last chance. Last day of the auction. Get motivated. Get on the phone. Call us. Don't hesitate. You'll beat yourself up if you don't get this piece of art in your house. If you like it, bid on it. We have a high bid of $145. It's $400 retail. It's a beautiful piece, very large. The number is 1-800-270-6601. We can ship this to you. It's no problem. If you're out of the state, whatever, we can ship it to you, no problem at all. That's 1-800-270-6601. Give us a call and bid on this beautiful piece of art. Get it in your home immediately. Put it in your office, your waiting room, your restaurant. It's a gorgeous piece.
And with that, Stephen, I wanted to mention that I took a look back at this while we were on break, and it also reads as a fabulous landscape, and in an abstract kind of way, where the horizon and the sun is setting. In fact, I saw a beautiful sunset last night after the rainstorm, and that's kind of the skyline that reminds me of that.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's just it's a beautiful piece and a very expressive piece.
Yes.
And it's one of those ones that a collector can take as either their first piece in a collection or their final piece in a collection and be proud to own something like that.
Absolutely. Okay, and now we were on to 31C. This is called Blue Crystal Moss, and it is by an artist by the name of Thomas Caswell. And it has a retail value of $210. We need a starting bid of $60. And tell us what you know about this one.
This is a lovely piece, and I'm just going to hang on to it right here. Can we see that? All right. What's really beautiful about this piece is it has this crystalline glaze in it, and it's a really precious technique in trying to create those crystals that are in there. The firing of it is very important, and you need to be very careful when they're firing it. And if it's not executed exactly the way the artist wants to, it's always a surprise at the end. You're going to hold that for me. Thank you so much, ma'am. And so as you can see, those crystals are growing right through here, and they just have a remarkable pattern to them in that really deep steel blue. Thomas.
Remind me of violets.
Oh, it does, doesn't
like
it?
a bowl of
That's
violets?
right, yes. And what's so special about this artist, Thomas has won, he was a second place winner in Blue Line Art's international competition called Ceramicom last year. Highly collectible. He has a lot of his work in our gift shop, and his work just flies off the shelves all the time. He's very, very reasonably priced, has wonderful pieces. And wouldn't this make just a wonderful centerpiece on
And it's
your...
functional, right?
Yeah, it's functional. You can use it as a centerpiece on your dining room table. You can hang it in a plate hanger on the wall. I mean, it's a conversation starter as well. Instead of just having your regular bread basket there, you can have a beautiful piece of artwork that's created by Tom and done so well with this crystalline glaze.
Absolutely.
Just quite lovely.
I mean, you know, Christmas is right around the corner, Julie. It's going to happen before we know it. This would make a beautiful Christmas gift. You could use it during Christmas, put fudge or Christmas cookies or all manner of things in it. It's absolutely beautiful. It reminds me of blueberries. It's just a really, really vibrant color of blue.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. And the blue contrast with this nice cream color, it draws your eye in. If this was a piece that you had on your dining room table or in your kitchen, perhaps with a few pieces of fruit, you'd be drawn into it because of the striking color. It shimmers. The blue shimmers on there. It's just quite remarkable. It's subtle yet vibrant. I don't know how it can be both, but it succeeds quite well at that.
Pulls it off, absolutely.
Yes, and it's a nice sized piece also, wouldn't you say?
Very,
it's
nice
a very nice sized piece.
Yes. So folks, the number is 1-800-270-6601. Buy this piece as a wedding gift. It would be absolutely perfect. If you have any weddings coming up, this would be absolutely beautiful wedding gift. 1-800-270-6601. We have a high bid of this of $60. It has a retail of $210. Call in, make a bid, support your local arts and artists, as well as KVIE 6. Once again, high bid of $60, retail of $210. Let's get $100 on this one. No problem at all. The number is 1-800-270-6601. Give us a call. And right now, we are going to go to Dee over in the phone bank. Yeah.
Hi, here we are again at the auction. I'm standing in front of this big, beautiful piece. Everybody enjoys a large abstract work. We need to get the bid up on this. You know, when you're looking at this artwork, don't just think about the artwork itself, think about where it would look in your home. This is a huge statement piece. I know a lot of you people that live out there in Elk Grove have those big sweeping ceilings. This is the kind of piece that has a lot of visual impact. And right now, if you call 1-800-270-6601, you can bring this beautiful piece home. You can bring this beautiful piece home, or better yet, you can bring it to your office. And remember, when you pay above the retail, that's a tax deduction for you and a gift to KVIE. So please, give us a call right now. If you're not registered to bid, give us a call and get yourself registered. go online and see what's coming up later on in the afternoon and this evening, and call 1-800-270-6601 and get yourself a piece of art today. Let's go back and talk to Steve and Julie.
Okay, folks, we're back, and right now we are looking at item number 31D. I don't want you to get confused. The item number is 31D. The title of this is 24T. It has a retail value of $600. We have a starting bid already of $180. Tell us more about this one, Julie.
Well, this one is by Curly Pfluger, who is a member of Blue Line Arts also. In fact, she's a very active artist in the community. She's a member of the Art League of Lincoln, Blue Line Arts, Placer Arts, and the Sac Metropolitan Arts Commission. She is just everywhere. And she's a very, very active artist. She's been a professional artist for over 20 years. And this piece is just an amazing piece. It's wood-fired ceramic. It makes such a great statement. It's a tea ceremony. So as you can imagine, this is the tea kettle and the tea cups.
Interesting.
And then there is some added texture in here. That you can see that there is a woman's face up in here. And then we also have some texture of a kimono right in here.
Interesting.
And so you can imagine this looks like some ancient piece from an original tea ceremony, and it's quite a conversational piece as well. Charlene has a lot of great experience in clay, and the work that comes from Charlene is always exciting to see. She's an amazing artist. She's got a wonderful personality, and the work that she creates is so sophisticated, and she's got a very good eye for what people like. And it's a collectible piece. Can you see this just going on a shelf as a display item?
Oh, absolutely.
Or even also maybe a centerpiece for your table.
Yeah,
also.
that's what I was thinking.
And what's fun about collecting sculpture and putting it out there on your dining room table or out on your coffee table is it always is the place to start when you want to invite people over to your home. And you're trying to get off to a good conversation, and how do you do that? Everybody's a little awkward. You can start with the piece of art that's on the table and say, you know where I received that? Let me tell you a little bit about this artist.
Absolutely.
And that's always been my favorite way to share my art also, because it's a story that goes behind that piece of art as to why I've collected the piece.
Absolutely.
And having this and the story of a traditional Japanese tea ceremony and having this type of a teacups and vase is just a wonderful way to start that conversation.
Absolutely. And wouldn't it be great to say you supported a local artist, the local arts, and KVIE 6 at the same time? Once again, the number is 1-800-270-6601. Call and bid on this. We have a high bid right now of $180. It retails for $600. Give us a call. Like I said, it's the last day of the auction. If you've been hesitating, don't hesitate anymore. Get yourself a brand new piece of art. Display it in your house proudly. This is something else. This is really a unique piece.
Well, and you see that close-up shot that they have there, Steve? They're
Yes.
showing the kimono right now. And then as they move out, you will be able to see the face in just a moment. But there's also so much texture here.
There's really a lot going on.
She has a lot of texture that she's put into the piece. This is a hand-built piece, and for those that aren't familiar with ceramics, there are some things that are thrown on a wheel, traditional cups and bowls, but then there are hand-built pieces. And this is a hand-built piece where it's created by your hand in a sculpture technique.
Okay. Well, thank you, Julie, and we are going to go to Dee over in the phone banks.
Okay, I'm here with my lovely volunteer, Sean. He worked all day yesterday moving artwork, and he does it so carefully, and you'll notice that they do wear white gloves so we can keep the artwork clean and pristine for you. This is a beautiful plate called Blue Crystal Moss. It has a retail price of $200. I've only got a $100 bid on it. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's got depth. The glazes are amazing. What a beautiful gift. If you know somebody getting married, a graduation, whenever I have one of my nieces or nephews have been born, I always get them a piece of art when they're born and start their collection early. And at $200 retail, it's a beautiful opportunity to pick up a great plate. It's item number 31C, and it's only going to be open for a little while longer. I'm going to move over here. We still have being there this great, big, wonderful abstract piece. It's got a current bid of $325, and I'd really like to see it go to $400. I've got all my friends here from the Sacramento Bee. Everybody say, hi, Mom. And they need you to call right now. So call us at 1-800-270-6601 and give these guys a bid. Take home that beautiful plate or this amazing abstract work, and you can pick it up today. So we're going to go back out to Steve and Julie. Oh, and I love this next piece. This is a really good one. Let's look at Tony Natsoulis's work next.
This is a great piece. This one is 31E. It is called Ceramic Fish. It has a retail value of $600, and we do have a bid on this already. This is going to be one of the more popular items, I believe. We do have a high bid of $205 on this. Julie, tell us more about this.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Tony Natsoulis first. He's an amazing artist and a colleague of mine. He's our chief curator at Blue Line Arts. He does a fabulous job, and I think all of his work reflects his playful spirit, and this is one of those cases here. Look at this fish with these giant teeth and then this gold teeth on here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just, they're fun pieces to own, and he does amazing funk artwork, California funk art, or in his case, he would say it's post-funk art, I think. And he does all his work in ceramics. He has been collected. In fact, he is one of the top 100, he was named as one of the top 100 artists living in the USA today by the Archives of American Art. And he does have his work in the Crocker Art Museum as well. So owning one of Tony's pieces is like owning a little bit of Tony's spirit, because he's a fun and exciting guy to be around, and his work, again, just really expresses that. I was overhearing Dee say it would be, you know, all of these items are great gifts. This is one of those fun ones to give as a gift. It can go in a children's room, it can go in your bathroom, and in fact, I have several of these fish in my house. I have them in my kitchen, and so they're displayed along the kitchen, and it always makes me smile to see these colorful items in the kitchen every morning when I wake up. So.
This is a lot of fun. Folks, get on your phone. This is going to go quickly. 1-800-270-6601. Make a phone call, bid on this. Like I said, these are going to go quickly. We have a high bid of $205. It's a retail of $600. It's worth at least that. This is a lot of fun.
Look at that one right there. There's a fish within a fish. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
This little fish within a fish. I've watched Tony work in his studio many times. In fact, he is such a personable artist. He invites many people over to his ceramic studio and will spend much of his time showing those who are aspiring to be like Tony, or that work side by side as a colleague with Tony, to work with him in his studio. And watching him paint on the color very gesturally and add little dabs of color with the paint brushes here and there. I mean, if you look at the speckles that are on this crab right here, there's just a ton of color in here.
Yeah.
It's not just an orange crab. When you come closer, you'll start seeing all the little specks of color. There's turquoise and red and yellow and orange in there. And then these expressive eyes. I mean, it's just, they're just so much fun.
Yeah,
I love these pieces.
This is great. And just so we're clear, folks, all four pieces come. I know it's called ceramic fish, but you also get the other fish, the crab, and the seahorse. So right now we are at $205. I know we can do better than that. This is $600 retail. This is going to be a great piece to have in your home. 1-800-270-6601. That's 1-800-270-6601. Call and support the local arts. Call and support KVIE 6. 1-800-270-6601. You're going to regret it if you don't get these in your house. If you're thinking about it, don't hesitate. It's the last day of the auction. I know I keep saying that, but I think it's an important point. You need to have these in your house. If you like them, bid on them. 1-800-270-6601. We are still at $205. The phones are silent. That is no good. We want to sell these. $205 high bid, $600 retail, 1-800-270-6601. Look at the color in this. It's just amazing. The details in this are incredible. 1-800-270-6601. Don't hesitate. Get off your couch. Give us a call. These are 4 fun pieces. It would be a blast to have these in your house, and what a conversation piece. Another chance at a great Christmas gift too, or a wedding gift.
And you know what, Steve? I gave some of these fish to one of my best friends because she's a scuba diver. And
Perfect.
So I'm always looking for interesting gifts to give to my girlfriend. And I was I'm lucky enough to be with Tony quite often during the week and visit with him and see what new work he has. And so fortunately, it was one of those times where I said, this would be a great gift for her. And so I picked up some of the fish, and it's just a way for her to keep going back and remembering those fun scuba diving trips she's had. So fun gift like that, and you can't go wrong with Tony Natsoulis's work. So
absolutely perfect.
Love his work, and he is a highly acclaimed sculptor and has a lot of fun with what he does, and it shows up in every piece he creates.
Absolutely right. 1-800-270-6601. Pick up the phone and give us a call. And we are moving on to our next piece. It is item number 31F, and this is called Sailing Moon. And this is going to be another popular item. It has a retail of $600, and we already have a high bid on this of $180. And this is a gorgeous piece.
Isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's a sculptural piece. And let me see if I can turn it right here. You can see a little bit of the reflection in there. This is by artist Jeffrey Beckerleg, who is a Blue Line artist also. And in fact, I was mentioning that Tony allows people to work in his studio. Jeffrey was one of those ones that was working in his studio and now has created his own fabulous studio. And in here it has a lot of gold in here, gold welding and then the bronze welding, and it really, really illuminates when the light hits it just right.
Absolutely.
These sculpture pieces are so fun. When I was working on bringing Blue Line artwork to the KVIE Art Auction, I was very interested in bringing sculpture because sculpture is, you can put it anywhere. You can put it on the back of, the top of your bookshelf or on your coffee table or on your kitchen table, as I keep mentioning. And it's a way to move your art around without it being in a permanent space in your home. This is one of those pieces.
Yeah.
Jeffrey calls it Sailing Moon, and there's a lot of stories that can be told under the moon. I think about some of the personal experiences I have, and it's, again, one of those conversation starters of, remember that time we were there and the moon looked like a harvest moon, or the moon was a crescent moon and it was shining so lovely. This is one of those cases. I think Jeffrey does a marvelous amount of work with his welding and polishes it just so lovely, and beautiful, beautiful work by Jeffrey.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Once again, folks, we have a high bid of $180. I know we can do better than that. Give us a call, 1-800-270-6601, and we're going to go talk to Heath over in the phone banks.
Well, thanks, Stephen. I'm right here next to 24T, this beautiful piece of functional art. It's waiting for your bid. We're looking for a starting bid of $180, and all it takes is you calling in right now, 1-800-270-6601, and placing a bid on a beautiful piece of art that you can share in your home or give as a gift if you've got a friend who's celebrating a special anniversary or a birthday, or who you want to introduce to the world of art. Now is the time. Art is applicable everywhere in your life, so let's make it happen. Our volunteers are here. They're ready to hear those phones ring, and the way that we make that happen is you picking up the phone, call the number on your screen. All it takes is a bid of $180 on this item, and you're the high bidder on it, so let's make it happen. Stephen, back to you.
Okay. Once again, 1-800-270-6601. Let's get a bid on this. Sailing Moon by Jeffrey Beckerleg. We have, it just went up to $250. Thank you very much.
And Jeffrey uses a lot of interesting things in his work. I've seen a lot of Jeffrey's work, and actually he's worked in clay, he's worked in paint, he works in all kinds of sculpture, and he uses recycled materials as well, such as mirrors or stained glass, copper, steel, and other media to create something totally unexpected. And this is one of those totally unexpected pieces. I mean, quite a beautiful piece here, and I just want to be able to showcase it around, and if we could get a tight shot on that, that would be great. There we go. Can you see that beautiful gold in there?
Absolutely.
Contrasting with some of the more copper looking color right over here. So you actually have three beautiful illuminating surfaces that show up. The polished metal here, the gold, and then the bronze look here. It's an amazing look, and it would be striking in a home. And the piece will change as the light changes in your home from morning to evening because of the way the light is going to hit it and the shadows are going to cast on it. So it's a different conversation piece depending on what time of day it is also. And of course you can tell those stories of Under the Moon as well. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Julie. And just so you know, ceramic fish is still available to bid on. I'm shocked that this hasn't gone already. This is such a fun piece. Ceramic fish, the high bid is $210. Let's knock that to $250. Come on, folks. This is a great piece to put in your home. Great conversation piece, any room of the house. That's just going to be fun. And right now we have more original art for you to bid on and buy coming up next on the KVIE Art Auction.
Since 1938, Warren G. Bender Company has been providing insurance and risk management solutions to the Sacramento region. Our professional team specializes in designing insurance packages for individual and business needs. Warren G. Bender Company, a proud supporter of public television.
Stay tuned for the Still Life and Landscapes category coming up next on the KVIE Art Auction. Juried by David Post, this category features still life and non-California landscapes in all mediums. View all of the categories featured in this year's auction at kvie.org/art auction. Bid high and bid often.
Okay, folks, we're back. Remember, all the money raised today goes to support your local public television station in Northern California, KVIE. Now, let me give you a quick overview of all the art coming up for auction in the next half an hour. First, we have 32A, and this one is called Little Stony Creek, November, Colusa County, excuse me. It's by an artist named Sue Gra, and once again, forgive me if I'm pronouncing her last name wrong, and it has a retail value of $350. The next one, 32B, is called Sacramento River Golden, and it is by Michelle Cordova, and it has a retail value of $550. Up next, we have 32C. This one is called Ultimate Gift by Diane Matar, and it has a retail value of $300. Next, we have 32D. This one is called Light in the Foyer, or the Foyer, excuse me, by Sandra Olson, and it has a retail value of $700. Next up, we have 32E. It is called Beauty of Fall by Margarita Chaplinska, and it has a retail value of $425. And finally, we have 32F, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It looks like Kusra 1 by Leslie Thompson, and it has a retail value of $300. And once again, our art expert, Julie Hirota, is here to tell us more about 32A Little Stony Creek, November, Colusa County.
All right, well, thanks, Steve. This is a beautiful photographic piece, and what it reminds me of is being next to that creek when I was a child.
Yes.
And it brings back those childhood memories of going next to the creek and getting my toes wet and looking at all the little fish that were in there and having those fishing experiences with my family. And then, of course, as an adult, visiting those special places with the loved ones. Absolutely. And being able to enjoy. You can almost feel the sun hitting your back in this photo, and it's just a remarkable piece. The detail that you can see here on the stone is quite incredible, and the way the sunlight comes through and just reflects off the water. There's so much brilliant color in this piece, and you can tell it's coming out of California because of the warm hues that are in there. And of course, you know, that special place, Stony Creek in western Colusa County. I mean, it has memorable, lasting impressions for us and for those of us that have visited that area, or even perhaps have an area of our own that we've visited that are just like this. So
absolutely.
I love this piece. It's just a remarkable photographic piece by Sue, and it's just lovely the way the sun is casting through. In fact, photographers have a very hard job, and the reason is because if they don't take the picture at that instance, they miss that perfect opportunity. So they have to continually be patient to look for just that perfect moment of when the sun is setting, or when the sun is rising, or when the moon has come out, or when that bird has flown by. It's a very difficult thing to do, and you have to be very patient, and I believe that Sue must be.
Absolutely. You know, looking at it this closely, it looks almost 3D. It's really an incredible photograph. So once again, Little Stony Creek by Sue Gra. Right now, we have a bid. Actually, we don't have a bid. We need a starting bid of $100. This has a retail value of $350. Give us a call, 1-800-270-6601. This would be an excellent addition to your art collection, or a great first piece for you.
Absolutely, and for $100 is the starting bid. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. This can go anywhere. Again, it's one of those pieces that can be in the office, or can be in your bedroom, or can be in your library. In any one of those places, it would look lovely. And again, it's that reminder of that story, of that childhood story of where you used to visit, or the reminder of where you've spent some of your outdoor time.
Absolutely.
In the mountains, or in the camping areas, anything like that. So lovely, lovely piece, and the beautiful color is so rich of California, Northern California's landscape. I mean, we can really identify with the landscape in this photo.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Once again, folks, 1-800-270-6601. We do have a high bid now of $100 on this, so it's going to go quick. It's a retail value of $350. Pick up your phone and give us a call. Don't hesitate. Last day of the auction, last chance to start or add to your art collection. 1-800-270-6601. Usually we sell these art pieces in 4 to 5 minutes, especially on the last day. Things are going to go quick, so get on your phone and bid on this. 1-800-270-6601. Support your local art. Support KVIE. Support local artists. 1-800-270-6601. We are still at, well, we have a high bid of 125 now. The phones are ringing. You can hear them. Retail price of $350. That is a steal. This is a beautiful piece of art.
The composition of this piece, Steve, is just remarkable too. It looks like you just can see down that path, and you're looking just beyond those trees. And then if you just notice the vibrancy of the color as it moves from greens to the oranges and the rust, and then comes down, your eye continues to move down here, see that reflection on the water, and again the greens come out again. I mean, it's suitable for any living room.
That's what I was going to ask you. Where would you hang this, Julie?
I think a living room would be lovely. My office always needs new artwork. It's one of those pieces that can go anywhere. It's timeless. It is. It's absolutely timeless.
Yes, it's a fantastic piece. We have a high bid of $200 now. Thank you very much, folks. Retail of $350. Keep calling. Keep the phones ringing. Our phone banks are quiet again. 1-800-270-6601. Keep the phones busy. And we are going to move on now. And this one is 32B. It is called Sacramento River Golden, and it is by Michelle Cordova with a retail of $550. This one is gorgeous.
I love this piece. It's just remarkable how Michelle has made this horizon line here. And you can see, you can kind of tell what time of day it is just by the darkness in these trees and bushes that are here, and then this beautiful sunlight that comes up here. It's so reflective of the Sacramento River and the levee areas along Sacramento. It's just very iconic of where we live. California artists do a remarkable job with warm colors, and Michelle is no exception to that. She's used these nice, beautiful golds and these oranges in here, contrasting with this stark darkness of this black. This looks like any one of those rides that we've taken along Sacramento. A very memorable ride with the family or with friends off into the sunset in the evening. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece done in acrylic. A lot of texture to the piece as well.
I have to interrupt you, Julie. We are going to go talk to Heath over in the phone banks.
Well, hello there. I'm over here with Sailing Moon, this gorgeous piece, 31F. We've got a bidding war going on this piece, but if you want it, don't delay, because you can jump into that bidding war and be a part of the action. Right now we have a high bid of $525. We're looking for you to come in at $550 and keep that auction going. Maybe that was you picking up the phone right now to call in. This is the moment, folks. You want this piece as part of your collection. Sailing Moon, 31F. That's the number you need to tell the volunteer when you call in. Say, I want to bid on 31F, and keep that auction alive. And now we're going to head back and see what's going on with Little Stony Creek and Stephen.
And we are back. We are at Little Stony Creek. No, I'm sorry. We are at Sacramento River Golden right now. And we have a starting bid of $165 on this one. This is a beautiful piece. Once again, this one does not need a frame. What does that refer to as when it doesn't need a frame, when it wraps around?
The canvas is wrapped entirely around the piece, and if you can tell that Michelle has even painted, she's continued the landscape to wrap around the entire piece, which just continues that story. And you know, Michelle is a resident of the Rancho Cordova area, so she is from the local area. So I ask all of those who are in Rancho Cordova to support Michelle and support KVIE, because Michelle has done a wonderful job. She continually supports KVIE every year. She's been doing it for many, many years to support the auction, and with her wonderful work, you know, someone is going to be quite happy with this piece. It's a beautiful piece. It's one of those ones you can have again in your living room to tell the story of Sacramento, or perhaps if you used to live in Sacramento and you want to tell the story of where you grew up, or how your childhood was spent in Sacramento. Perhaps this is something you would buy for your loved one that used to live in Sacramento as a remembrance
Absolutely.
Of being there.
That's a great idea.
The one thing about paintings is they're timeless.
Yes.
It's a photograph in time, but it's done very gesturally of the interpretation of the artist, and Michelle has done a remarkable job on this piece.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Folks, we are at $175 on this on a high bid. It's worth way more than that. We have a retail of $550. Give us a call, 1-800-270-6601. Don't hesitate, last day of the auction, and we have some very, very good pieces selling right now. This is in California gold. It is gold. Buy this piece, 1-800-270-6601. Any room in the house this would look gorgeous in.
Now, can you see the rich brush strokes? It's very gestural, and it suggests the water here, suggests the skyline here, but then Michelle gets very, very detailed here with very, very fine paint strokes, and so it draws you in. You look at it from afar, and you wonder what else is in that piece, and as you come closer, it now begins to take the shape of the Sacramento landscape.
Right, that is a beautiful piece. Still at $175 on that one, folks, $550 retail. We want those phones ringing. The number is 1-800-270-6601. Keep the bidding going on that one while we move on to this one. This one is number 32C, and it is called Ultimate Gift by Diane Matar, and it has a retail of $300. Julie, tell us more about this one.
Well, this, Diane did a beautiful job on this because she uses such rich color in here. If you look at the red has so much texture just around the entire background of the piece, and then you're drawn into this rich golden and orange color for this flower here. And this is about the gift, you know. She calls it the ultimate gift, and it's talking about the pieces, the things that we give, the gift of service, the gift that we actually give of flowers, or the gift of time. And so this is kind of an ode to that she has done. She's done it beautifully with acrylic on canvas. And again, I was talking about California artists and them using warm color. This is a great example of that. Those richness of colors that you see coming from California artists right here in this piece. A lovely piece, a nice finish on it, and it just absolutely draws you in. In fact, when we were across the studio, I could see this out of the corner of my eye, and I couldn't wait to take a closer look to see the detail and the richness of her paint strokes.
This is one of my favorites too, and once again, no frame needed. This wraps around. It's ready to hang in your house. 1-800-270-6601. Once again, this is called Ultimate Gift. We do have a bid on this of $90. It's worth way more than that. It retails at $300. Come on, let's get a bell ringer. We haven't had a bell ringer yet. $90 high bid, it's a $300 retail, it's Ultimate Gift. Give us a call, 1-800-270-6601.
Now, this piece was also awarded first place at the Sacramento Fine Arts Center, so very coveted piece, has done very well as an awarded piece. And Diane's work is also in many private collections. She's an award winner in many private collections she's been in. She does work for custom work for people as well, and just a lovely piece to have an award-winning piece as part of your collection. What a great way to get your art collection started or to add to your art collection.
Absolutely, great investment. Like I said, Christmas is coming. It's right around the corner. You know how it always jumps up on you when you least expect it. It happens quickly. 1-800-270-6601. Get this as a gift for someone. 1-800-270-6601. We are still at only $90 on this. We can do much better than that, folks. This is a retail of $300. Give us a call. Support the local arts. Support local artists as well as KVIE 6. 1-800-270-6601. Give us a call. If you're hesitating, don't hesitate anymore. This is the last day of the auction.
Stephen,
make a move.
Can you see in there too on that shot how well she uses color? There's a combination of colors there just on that leaf. So if you can imagine the whole entire piece having those combinations of rich color. She's used some green in there, she's used gold in there, she's used rust and orange colors in there, and that's just that one small portion of the leaf.
It's incredible.
That combination of color continues throughout the whole piece, that just illuminates it and really gives it a lot of depth. It's remarkable how she does that.
Yeah, I wish I could do this. I tried painting once, Julie, and it only looked good on the inside of a garbage can.
Oh no, stop that, stop that. You know, I think artists spend a long time trying and practicing, and really, oftentimes they'll get asked, how long did that take for you to paint that? When the real question should be, how many years did it take to get where you are today? Because it's something you can't do overnight, and in fact, Diane's been painting for quite a long time, and that shows in this piece. This is something where she has used all those skills and gotten all that training to put together in this piece to produce an award winner.
Absolutely.
And a fantastic job she's done.
Yep. Folks, give us a call. This is Ultimate Gift, 1-800-270-6601. We are still at only $90 on this one. Give us a call, 1-800-270-6601, and we are shooting over to Heath in the phone banks.
We're in motion. All right, I'm over here with Jill, and we've got Sacramento River Golden. This is beautiful. We've got a high bid of $425 on this piece. That's not enough, folks. We want to support the mission of public television and let you take home a great piece of original art from Northern California artists. That's what we're doing all weekend. We're celebrating the arts. All of our artists have freely donated 100% of this art. They don't get a cut of the sales. All of that money goes to support the mission of public television, all the shows that you love. Jill is here with a beautiful piece of art. This is Sacramento River Golden. Why should people call in and place a bid?
Because KVIE offers high quality television that we need.
We didn't even coach you on that, did we? We're having a great time. I want to give a special thanks. Our phone bank is here. They're here from Warren G. Bender, and they are sponsors of the art auction this year. We thank them very much for being here, not only for sponsoring it, but then sending their folks out here to man the phones. So when you call in right now, you'll talk to one of our friendly volunteers from Warren G. Bender. Tell them you want to place a bid on 32B or any other piece in this break. Stephen, back over to you.
You know, that's a very good point. KVIE 6 has a lot of local history. I don't know if you're my age, you grew up with Sesame Street, The Electric Company, and Zoom. That's all I watched all day. So give us a call, 1-800-270-6601. And we are going to move on to our next piece of art. This one's really neat. This one is called Light in the Foyer. It is by Sandra Olson, and it has a retail value of $700. And Julie, take it away.
Well, this is an acrylic on canvas, and it's just an amazing depiction of perhaps a cathedral or a place of worship. And, you know, it reminds me of a visit I went to when I was in France, and I was able to see some of the older churches that have been around standing forever. And it was such a contrast to what we see here in California, to be able to see something of such richness and such age. And when I saw this piece, it took me back to France.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure it takes some people back to Italy or to many other places they've been on their travels. I mean, there's such a strong mood in here with this dark color in here of the archway, and then takes you and draws you in all the way to the doorway. And it's just amazing beauty here, the way she uses arches, and she just brings you right into that piece. It's a very dramatic effect, and the way the light, the effect of the light in there, it's a remarkable piece, and as I said, it takes you to that moment that you visited one of those special places. You know, Sandra was a KVIE Art Auction first place winner also in 2008, so she has a lot of people that really admire her work and highly collectible, and this is one of those pieces that you can tell that story with.
Yeah, this is fun. It reminds me of being at Notre Dame. I was lucky enough to visit France with my wife. This is a beautiful painting. 1-800-270-6601. We are at a $200 high bid on this with a retail of $700. Once again, last day of the auction. Give us a call. Donate to KVIE and your local arts and your local artist. 1-800-270-6601. Folks, we can do much better than $200 on this. This is a gorgeous piece. Looks good in any room of the house. 1-800-270-6601. Once again, this is 32D, Light in the Foyer, with a $700 retail, $200 high bid on this.
Now, you know, Sandra, she studied, it says Theological Union in Berkeley, California, and received a master's in spirituality and art. So that really showcases well in this piece with all of these archways, and really brings you to that spiritual place, or that other historic place, as we both mentioned that we have visited. It's a wonderful piece, and I love how she does, she brings you in, and it has a meditative quality to it, don't you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just a gorgeous piece. And we are going to go over to Tessa in the phone banks.
And here we are in the phone bank with this beautiful piece by Diane. She gives us a piece every year, and this is a beautiful original painting that you can take home today. We have a current bid of $200 right now. So we're looking for what, Jessica?
We're looking for 300 so we can make this a bell ringer. So pick up those phones, call our wonderful volunteers, and let's get this piece sold.
And anything else? Nicole, do you want to say anything about this piece? Bid on it. It's a beautiful flower, and Warren G. Bender is waiting for your phone calls. Everyone in the phone bank, thanks for being here. 1-800-270-6601. Call now with your support of KVIE, and it's a win-win. You get to bring a beautiful piece of art home as well. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Stephen. Here we go.
Thank you very much. And now we are moving on to a piece called Beauty of the Fall. This is 32E. It has a retail value of $425, and we already have a high bid of $250. If we're going to have a bell ringer, this has got to be it. We are close right now. Pick up your phones and bid on this. It's 1-800-270-6601, and I'm going to pass it over to Julie to tell us more about this one.
Now, this is from an artist, Margarita Czeplinska, who happens to be a art teacher as well. She showcases her work often at Blue Line Arts, and as a matter of fact, her work with the children that she does is showcasing there right now. Margarita does such expressive pieces, and this is one of those highly dramatic and very gestural. This is oil on canvas, and when working with oil, the artist is allowed some time to work with the color so they can create deep, rich color as Margarita has in this piece. You can see, I mean, just this strong color of green here contrasting with these beautiful light golden colors here. And because the oil paintings, oil stays wet for a very long time, so it allows the artist to work with it and work with it in a different way because they're not in a rush to, not that any painter is in a rush, but they are not fighting with the clock on the paint drying. And Margarita does very good work of, she almost gets a photographic quality and in the expressions in the faces. I've seen her do a tremendous amount of work where she is featuring women or children, people in her work, and it's an amazing piece. I mean, what is this woman looking at, and what is she thinking on this beautiful day?
Looks like she's just about to start giggling, actually. That is really fantastic.
And the beauty of fall. This is the name of the piece, and here we are starting into fall. What, yesterday I think was the first day of fall.
It was very timely.
Now, Margarita, in addition to being a Blue Line artist and teacher, she also had received the Award of Merit in the 2012 California State Fair. So she's an award-winning artist also, and it also received the Best of Show Award in 2012 Magnum Opus in the Sacramento Fine Arts Center. So she does remarkable award-winning work.
Okay, and we are going to go to the phone bank again, and I can't see who we're talking to. We're talking to Tessa again.
And I am back here in the phone bank with Nicole and Jessica, and we are looking at this beautiful Light in the Foyer piece right now. It's really a gorgeous piece, kind of haunting and really memorable. It'll look great on your walls. We have a current bid of $200. So call now with $225. We want to hear those phones ringing, and you can make that happen. We want to hear some more bell ringers this hour. So please give us a call. This is a great piece. We are so thankful to artists like Sandra Olson who donate their art to us every year, and we're able to auction it off here to support KVIE. So let's make those phones ring. We would like to hear those phones ringing. These volunteers want something to do. There we go. Thank you. It's working. It's magic. Jessica?
Make sure you pick up those phones, 1-800-270-6601. And let's throw it back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Okay, we are on to 32F, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It looks like Kusra 1. QUSRA 1. It has a retail value of $300, and we already have a $90 bid on this. This is very unique. Julie, tell us about this.
Oh, it's a beautiful ceramic piece that we hear from Leslie Thompson. And you know what's interesting about Leslie is she lived and worked in the Middle East for quite a while, and she brings a lot of that color and that texture from the Middle East into her pieces. And this is a good example of that. This is high-fired ceramic, and then it was stained and glazed. It's a beautiful vessel. Again, this is one of those sculptural pieces that can go just about anywhere in your home. Makes a beautiful gift as well, and to be able to talk about that artist and how that artist brings the expression from those travels in the Middle East is a great story to be able to tell your company, or when you share this as a gift to someone else also.
Absolutely. It would also make a great centerpiece, wouldn't it?
It'd make a fabulous centerpiece. Now, Leslie, she's also a member of Blue Line Arts and has her work in the gallery from time to time, and we just just love getting her pieces and seeing her work. She does very earth-toned work, as you can see here. There's a lot of texture in the piece, and the glaze. You know, working with glaze is quite a challenge, and the artist doesn't ever know what to expect. Even if they've been working with the glaze for years and years, there's a lot of factors that go into it, a lot of variables, and so to produce, it's very unpredictable. So to get very good results in the color you want takes many, many tries, and they're very successful at it after doing it for many years. And I just love ceramics. I mean, it's one of those difficult mediums that to master is quite an art form and talent as well.
Wow, complex procedure. 1-800-270-6601. Call and bid on this one. It has a retail value of $300 and we have a bid of $90. Let's get $110 for it. Give us a call. Support KVIE. Support your local arts and artists. 1-800-270-6601. This is a beautiful piece. Once again, 32F. It is a retail value of $300 with a high bid of $90.
Now Leslie she was a graphic design, had a graphic design business and taught ceramics and digital design all over the world in her travels to Beirut, Lebanon, and Saudi Arabia. And so she has those worldly experiences to bring into her art. And with those worldly experiences, she's been able to capture the color and the landscape of those places and use those in her pieces to express those visitations and those places that she's worked and been. And I think that's really wonderful when artists can do that and they can tell us story based on where they've been, and they infuse that story into their work of art, and this is one of those pieces where the story is infused into it.
Absolutely, it's a fabulous piece. Once again, we are only at $90 on this. Let's do better than that. $110, $300 retail. This is item number 32F, and we're still at $90. The phones are dead silent. Let's get those phones ringing, folks. Last day of the auction. And we are on the tail end of this. If you're hesitating, there we go. The phones are ringing again. Let's keep it rolling. Now, if you're hesitating, call in right now. 1-800-270-6601. Go ahead, Julie.
Now, Stephen, what I wanted to show you is this is the other side of this piece. And I'm not sure if the camera catches it. You can see it there just a little bit. Look at the texture that she has placed on this ceramic piece. Can you see that? It almost looks like a grid that's on there that's actually embedded into the piece. And also, the piece itself has a little concave shape to it there.
Absolutely.
So it has a little bit of an irregularity to it, purposefully placed by the artist.
Well done. Very pretty piece.
And just to show that, you know, this is a hand creation with many different facets to it.
Yes, it's very nice. Well, Julie, we have to move on now. Keep watching KVIE because coming up next, we have more original art for you to bid on and buy. That's the important part at the KVIE Art Auction.